want to wrap it up with this. We saw Errol get interviewed by Jim Gray, and he said, yes, me and Bud Crawford are going to fight this year. Everybody in the world wants to see that fight. It seems like everybody in the world has already debated what the result is going to be. Are you just as anxious to finally get that fight on?
Listen, I'm just as anxious. I can't wait. And this is the thing about it. I always want what my guys want. If my guy wants that, I want that for him. And that's all I have to say, because I cannot wait. I'm training for it already. I've been working out for it already. We're going to push it. He's going to have to bring it, because I'm telling you, he's going to have to be able to push it to the next level, because that's what we're going to be.
You already working out, huh?
Hey, I've been working out, man. I worked out this morning.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, it's on. I'm ready to go.
He's the pride of Oak Cliff.
That's right, no doubt.
Derrick James.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Derrick James said he's already training for Terrence Crawford, obviously with his fighter Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence seemingly confirmed this year. That's what I want to talk about in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. What you got to do is SLC. Subscribe, like, and comment in that order. Now, Showtime had a great card. Derrick James said he's already been training, presumably for a Terrence Crawford Errol Spence fight. He's with his man Errol Spence. You know, I ain't got to say it. You guys heard the clip at the beginning. Errol Spence had an interview with Jim Gray, which was discussed with Brian Custer and Derrick James. And DJ said, I'm already training, and I like what my fighters like. I'm happy. If they want it, then I want it. And I'm ready. And he sounds like he's in the process of getting ready. And he said somebody's going to have to take it to the next level. I don't know if he was referring to Terrence Crawford. This is great news. Very exciting times in the welterweight division. To me, this is the biggest fight in boxing. Very skilled guys in Terrence Crawford, very skilled guy in Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence having 3 belts, Terrence Crawford having 1 belt. And this is for legacy. This is for the fans. This is one, like, to me, it's rare in boxing where you get a fight that really literally ticks off all the check boxes. Like, you could have a fight that's great. Like, let's say, you know, I'm not trying to call out names, but let's say Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. I knew that was going to be a great fight, and it was a great fight. However, in terms of commercial success, I don't think it was a blockbuster. Like, it wasn't on pay-per-view and generated, you know, 500,000 plus pay-per-view buys, that kind of deal. But this is a type of fight where I really truly believe Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford really hits all the marks. I think it's a blockbuster fight for sure. So I hope and believe it'll do well. I'm willing to pay top dollar for it. You know what I mean? So I think it'll do good commercially, mainstream wise. I think it'll be promoted well. It showcases literally the best of the best in the welterweight division. 2 guys that have conquered many things before. And most people would look at this fight as neither one of them has faced what the other person brings. And yet their styles gel so well. Terrence Crawford, you look at what he does good, that can give Errol Spence a lot of problems. And then you look at Errol Spence, what he does, that could give Terrence Crawford a lot of problems. It is truly, in every sense of the word, a pick-em fight. 50-50 fight. You know, you could say Errol Spence is breaking people's bones. Crawford came from a lighter division. Crawford's not going to be able to withstand the brute force and technique and skill of Errol. And then some would say, oh, Errol's not fast enough to get out of the way. Crawford's insanely athletic. Crawford has next level competition and competitive skills. You know, he's a very quick adjuster and thinker. He can thread the needle. You know, he's like a Tom Brady, Brett Favre of boxing, you know, where he can make these quick, you know, his release time is crazy. He can make these quick, instantaneous decisions. You know, all in all, it's an amazing fight. You know, I'm really checking for it. I want to see it. I respect both fighters. I've always respected both fighters. I covered both fighters' career. You know, I would just really sit back and watch as a fan. I don't know who wins and all that. But I like the energy from Errol Spence's team. They said they're already training. And I've already made several videos about this. And, you know, I think I do this great. And I don't know that everybody else in the game does this. But to pat myself on the back, I don't want to have a channel where it's only complaints, like when boxing doesn't get it right, which definitely happens a lot. And I do talk about these things, but I also want to talk about when people get it right. And I've used this time, and I've used my time precisely to give Derrick James his flowers, because I really believe in that. I believe in giving people their flowers while they're still there to smell them. And Derrick James has lost weight, and he looks like he's training as if he's back in his fighting days, gearing up with his fighters. And you got to respect that. You know, you got to respect any general, any lieutenant who is doing things that they expect from their soldiers or their platoon. And Derrick James, he's definitely doing this. This is like some Apocalypse Now, Robert Duvall stuff, like where he's getting in shape, doing the bike rides with them. You just go follow Derrick James on his social media. He be putting in miles. I think it was the 4th of July. He was running, putting miles in, getting that work in, the road work. Texas is hot, man. I've been out there several times, and it's different heat. Like, I come from Cali where it's hot for sure, but Texas got this many heat, and it makes you like almost claustrophobic. Like, so much to the point where, like, if you're shopping, sometimes you'll duck off into one of the stores, even if you don't need to go into that store, but you'll go into a Ross or something just to get out the heat. And you know they have AC in the building, you know what I mean? And that's the type of weather that Texas has. It has the humidity that kicks it up a notch and makes it feel sweltering. It makes it feel a lot hotter than the actual temperature. And to see Derrick James and Errol Spence and all them training in that, you know, that's admirable. And don't get it twisted, Terrence Crawford, he trains hard too. Terrence Crawford is always in Colorado at the Olympic Training Center. I see him running up these crazy flights of steps, and, you know, he's always in shape. He looks like he's put on the welterweight size a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he first got to welterweight, some people, I never said this, but some people were saying that Terrence Crawford they didn't know how he would fare. And he stopped everybody that he's fought at welterweight. And he looks like he's packed on muscle over the years. And that's kind of what happens. As you get older, you hit that 30 mark, your metabolism slows down, and it becomes a bit easier for you to pack on pounds. Like, that, I remember that happened. Like, I couldn't keep weight on me. You know what I'm saying? But you hit that 30 years old mark, when you hit that 3-0, it changed for you. Your metabolism changed, your body type. So it's like, it's easier for you to, like, if you eat something that stays with you, your metabolism slows, and certain natural productions, your testosterone levels drop and stuff like that. So if you're a gym rat and you're out there like a Terrence Crawford, you can also keep up muscle mass, whereas before, and when you're 21, 22, maybe you couldn't keep that weight on you. So I'm just waiting for what's next. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think wins? In the last 30 days, I looked at my YouTube analytics, and it showed me something. It said 50% of the people that watch my content for free on YouTube subscribe. Thank you. The other 50% of the people did not. So make sure you guys, SLC, subscribe, like, and comment. For the best in boxing, I will deliver that. All access, 24/7. Your access is now granted. Make sure you tune in with me, your boy. I'm the best in the world when it comes to this. I'm the greatest when it comes to boxing in the digital era. So I'm looking forward to it. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, you know, I just got fingers crossed. I'm not going to get in the way of the negotiations and stuff like that. Call me when it goes down. Call me when it's announced. Check on the channel, because I will be talking about it as soon as they drop it. So you could book that. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. And I'm out.